Yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, I am your host, JD Miles. The MGTOWs, they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, love to hate MGTOW at the same time as always, which is why they keep us relevant to this day, and I'm back again. For tonight's topic of discussion, fellas, we just found America's next top brick lady. I've seen this so many times, and yet it still doesn't make sense at all. So apparently, we got this female here claiming that claiming that a Lyft driver attempted to kidnap and human traffic her. But no matter how many times I heard this story over and over again, nothing makes absolute sense. Especially if a Lyft driver is trying to do all of that despite her job. Don't worry, we'll get down to the bottom of all this. But before I go any further, shout out to Jesus Ed, the host of the Coffee Pod. I'll leave the link to his full video in the description box. I'll leave the whole link to the video in my comment section. Go check him out. But let's get down to this questionable story here.
This TikToker claims she was almost kidnapped by a Lyft driver. Her story is currently going viral on social media.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Hey guys, so I'm making this video to spread awareness. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Yesterday, I almost died jumping out of a moving lift because the Lyft driver was trying to kidnap me.
Those bruises look crazy.
So I work at the Clinton Outlets in Connecticut. If you live in Connecticut, you know the Clinton Outlets is exit 63. I live in New Haven, Connecticut, which is about 30-minute ride. When I got a female driver, I was so happy, y'all, so happy. And the crazy thing about it is Lyft had gave me a female driver, and then Lyft switched it and gave me another female driver.
Okay.
Because she was closer. Yesterday, Lyft gave me a notification saying, okay, your ride is outside. So, I got my things ready, got my bag. I went outside. The license plate, the car, the driver, everything matched the picture on Lyft. Everything was correct. Okay, the driver, she had like this accent. I can tell she was foreign. Before we got off exit 63, she was on the phone with some man. And she was like explaining to them what I was wearing. I didn't think too much of it because first she was speaking another language.
It says there in the caption, it sounded like Turkish.
I don't know what she was speaking on the phone with this man. The language she was speaking, it sounded like she was from the Middle East. But she said something in English when she was on the phone with the man, which is weird because she was speaking another language. And then all of a sudden she started to say, Darcy.
God damn, that's smoke detector. Am I right?
The language, and then all of a sudden she started to say, dark skin, red sweater. When she said red sweater, dark skin. When she said red sweater, dark skin, I had on a red sweater and I'm dark skin. So she was describing whoever she was on the phone with. She was describing me to that person.
What do you guys think of this so far? Comment down below, please, as soon as possible, because of course I'm going to give my take pretty soon here. What do you guys think of this story so far?
What I was wearing.
So far, Jesus Ed, I have a whole lot of questions about this story so far, but we're not even in deep on it yet. So I'll have my opinion later on.
Wearing how I looked, which was weird. I did not think too much of it because I was about to be to work. I was almost to my destination. Right. So you know what? Even though I was nervous, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just let I'm just let God handle the rest. You know, I'm about to be to my destination. I'm gonna just let her take me to my destination. But we got off exit 63.
All right, let me be clear about my initial reaction real quick, because I just have to do this. I think this story's bullshit. And listen, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, oh, that's effed up, Chisha. You really believe that? Yes. And I hope I'm right.
To be honest, I also believe the story is bullshit as well. She claims that she claims that a Lyft driver tried to kidnap her and tried to human traffic her. A Lyft driver. Really? Really?
Because I hope that I'm not wrong and this is actually a true story, but I lean towards this story being fake. And if I'm wrong, that means I've been successfully desensitized to these types of videos. And we can thank people like the infamous Brick Lady for that. You know, the woman with pretty much the exact same story and was able to scam thousands of people out of $40K in GoFundMe money before she got caught and charged with theft by deception.
Straight up.
And that's when she had to drink coffee. Yeah, so this chick goes on to talk. And so while this chick is telling her story about what happened, all of a sudden this video cuts randomly out of nowhere to this next video.
Okay, so I'm back to finish the story. I'm so sorry, y'all. I could not finish the video
The caption said 2 months later.
2 months later.
I was not right emotionally. I had a lot on my plate. The incident happened. That is why my face looks better. But the damage is already done. The trauma is still there. Let me finish the story. Okay, so we got off exit 63.
Right.
The Lyft driver, she had to turn left to get to my destination once you get off exit 63. The Lyft driver had her left turn signals on. Mind you, she had her left turn signals on. So even she knew she had to turn left. Even the GPS told her she had to turn left. Guess what she did?
What?
She ended the ride and got back on the highway.
No.
We were almost to my destination. She got back on.
Let me find out this story's real and I'm over here being sarcastic. It could be. In that case, blame the fake victims.
The highway while I was still in the car. I'm like telling her, ma'am, you passed my destination. What are you doing? This lady did not say nothing. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? She told me to shut up. She didn't have to tell me nothing else. I jumped out that car so fast. I jumped out the car.
Damn, I know how to pause. But anyway, funny, 2 months has passed and she still has to change the batteries in her smoke detector. I digress. Let's continue.
While it was moving, that shit hurt so bad. I thought I was going to die because she was going fast. Like, you know, when somebody's trying to kidnap you, they try to go fast. They try to like get away with it fast. That's how fast she was going while I was jumping out the car. You know, that day, I thought I was never going to see my mom again. I thought I was never going to see my dad again.
This sounds like a Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie.
I thought it was it. It felt like a movie, y'all. It felt like I was in a movie. Like, I keep replaying the scenario in my head. When I jumped out the car, all I can remember is holding my head. I was bleeding out my head. I was bleeding in my other parts of the body, but it was mainly in my head. And I was holding my head while I was walking to the plaza because I needed to go somewhere where there was a lot of people, just in case she tried to come back and, you know. So I just walked to the plaza. It literally took me like 10 seconds. That's when I called the cop. Mind you, this incident happened a couple days before my birthday. I thought I wasn't going to make it home to spend time.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and just stop the bullshit. So she claimed that a Lyft driver tried to kidnap her and tried to human traffic. But I see a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of flaws in this story. Oh, did I fail to mention Did I fail to mention that all these flaws are completely obvious? I could give you a million reasons, but one. But I prefer to give you one, which is the most relevant reason why I believe her story. I believe her story is absolute bullshit. Now, keep in mind, earlier, she said that she ordered a lift, and she wanted a female driver. They had one female driver, but replaced her with another female driver because she was in close proximity. In which, by the time she got there, the alleged victim checked her phone, and everything fell into place. The right car, the right license plate number, the right everything. And then by the time that she almost reached her destination, the driver then made a complete U-turn, got back on the interstate, and drove at high speed. In which she jumped out the car, which resulted in her getting bruised. Now, here's why I call her story absolute bullshit, for the most obvious of reasons. Let's just say if a Lyft driver or an Uber driver tried to kidnap her and make her a part of human trafficking, then why would they be working for Lyft or Uber for that matter? Can someone please explain this retarded logic? Especially when, I don't know, both Lyft and Uber not only has the driver's personal information. And yes, I talked to a whole lot of drivers who work for Lyft and Uber, and they all say the same thing. Before you can be hired by either Lyft or Uber, you need a valid driver's license, as well as they have all the information of their car, from the license plate to the name, make, and model of the vehicle to the vehicle serial number. And yes, Uber has all this on file. So it would be downright stupid to try to kidnap someone working for a company that not only has the driver's personal information, but keep in mind, when you are picking up and dropping off passengers, Lyft and Uber tracks the information from the time they pick up their passenger to the time they drop it off. So yes, trying to kidnap someone and human traffic someone while working for either Lyft or Uber is such a retarded fuck-ass bad idea. I'm just throwing this out there. This is the reason why I believe her story is complete and utter BS. But let's continue.
Time with my family.
You know why I think she brought up her birthday? She brought up her birthday because when she hits him with the GoFundMe link, then their emotions were to be so tied into wanting what's best for her, which is what she deserves. How horrible for this to happen on her birthday. Again, that's me assuming that I'm right about her being a scammer.
for my birthday. Like, I really thought that I was going to die. Tell me why, while I was walking to the plaza, it was so many cars out there, nobody stopped for me. Nobody stopped for me. Nobody asked me if I was okay. Luckily, I had the sense to call 911 myself. But what if I couldn't call 911? Who gonna call 911 for me? You see what I mean? If I see somebody just jumped out of the car, if I see somebody bleeding out their head, crying, walking to...
If she called 911 and reported the incident, then we would love to see the paperwork. We would all like to know the date and the time she made the call to 911 and reporting the incident. She doesn't show it. Nor does she shows any response from Lyft, especially if it's one of their drivers. And as I said, it's pretty stupid to try to kidnap someone while working for Lyft and Uber, especially if they have their information and they're able to track their vehicle. None of this, as I say before, fellas, none of this shit makes sense. Let's continue.
Walking to the plaza, I'm gonna stop the car and ask them if they're okay. Especially if it's a young girl like me. Clearly, I just went through hell. So the fact that none of the cars stopped for me, they was all looking, y'all. When the cops came, the paramedics came. I got in the ambulance and I was transported to Yale New Haven Hospital all the way from Clinton. Okay. Mind you, I didn't even realize I was losing my memory until the paramedics asked me what my age was. I couldn't answer. I didn't even know how old I was. That's how bad my memory was functioning. I think it's because I was going through so much trauma.
Whoa, hold up. If it's really true that she lost her memory to the point to where she doesn't even know her own age, then how is she still able to remember? Nobody picking her up, nobody stopping to help her out. Aha! I guess the selective amnesia went into effect after she was being transported to the hospital. I mean, she suffered a very bad head injury. She wouldn't remember anything at all. But I'll let y'all be the judge of that. Let's continue.
Or maybe it's because memory loss is a perfect excuse once people start trying to put together pieces of your story and realizing that there's some shit that just doesn't seem right.
He asked me how old I was. I didn't even know. But then I remembered, wait. He asked me when my birthday was, and I'm like, wait, my birthday's coming up. June, so I said to him, June 25th, 2001. Like, I was so uncertain.
All right, so here she has a post. It says, my medical bills totaled up to $16,000, all because of Lyft. Yale Hospital charged me $11,000 for all the tests I had to perform the day I was transported to the hospital after I jumped out of the car. My insurance cannot cover everything. I have no choice but to pay out of pocket. I'm afraid they may deny me proper health care simply because I can't pay my medical bills. All right. Of course, we've got the GoFundMe coming here, it sounds like. It goes on to say, I've been in the hospital back to back because of this situation and even took medical leave from my job. My bruises on my face healed, but my head injury is not improving. In fact, it's worse. I can't sleep at night or lay on a certain part of my head because it hurts. I have 4 scars total on my body that did not heal, even though it's been over a month. I am still dealing with massive trauma. The medicine the doctor prescribed me does not help. Only thing that keeps me going is God. And you're bringing God into it, ma'am. Anyways, listen, we're hoping that I'm right here. Joshua,
Hold up.
she's put the verse there. She put the verse there. She put the verse there. It says, Joshua 1:9 says, do not be afraid, do not be struck with terror or fear. Jehovah God is with you wherever you go. If this is a scam, the fearlessness of her and stupidity to put God's name and use a Bible verse in this whole thing is wild. Now, for those of you
Have ratchet, have sanctified. But before we go further, I need to point something out. She talks about her injuries, her medical bills, this, that, and the third, even quoting a scripture from the book of Joshua. But you know what we're not seeing? We don't see any police reports, nor any updates, nor follow-ups in regards of a police report, and more so, we don't see, she don't even present any response from Lyft in regards of what happened. None, zero, zilch, nada. She don't show none of that crucial details and information showing that this actually happened. But she will show something else. That's for sure.
of you who are thinking, there's no way people are falling for this. And again, I'll keep on saying this. I hope I'm wrong here. What followed next were a bunch of comments proving that yes, women, especially, and some men, but mostly women, are in fact believing this TikToker. Here are a few comments. First commenter says, I would sue Lyft until every last light in their building shuts down. I'm so happy you're safe. God bless you, with the exclamation mark. Somebody else here says, thank God you're okay. You should get a lawyer and sue. Lyft needs to pay for your medical bills. Probably getting the attention of Lyft as well, so they're probably inclined to do further check into this story. Somebody else here says, I do Lyft/Uber as a side hustle. Women always ask how do they request the same driver because they feel safe with me. This is heartbreaking, but thank God for covering you with the praying hands, and you're now safe. Another chick here says, oh, praise to God that you are still here with us. Lately, I've been getting a bad feeling about Lyft. 9,000 plus likes. All these comments have thousands of likes, including the top one that had 50.
Yes, Jesus Ed. That right there clearly shows that 1,000 people are stupid as fuck. Let's continue.
5,000 people who believe this chick. And that's not all. Can you guess what came next? Yes, like I thought earlier, came the GoFundMe link, which in less than 24 hours has already raised over $2,500.
Whoop, there it is. So she can't give us updates on the police reports regarding the incident, nor can she show that Lyft responded to the incident, but she's quick to set up a GoFundMe. And if someone been, and to be honest, judging by this picture here, for someone who's been through such an ordeal, they wouldn't be smiling. They wouldn't be smiling in such a picture like this. They wouldn't be. Do you know some people who've been through that experience has such traumatizing moments? But it looks like she's not in that mental state of mind. In other words, she ain't playing the part of a person who almost got kidnapped. I mean, the picture says it all. But I digress. She can't give us no reports or responses, but she will post. But she want people to just go ahead and donate. And the more I delve into this, the more I stand firm of what I said. Exactly. I mean, is this the same stunt that the brick lady pulled? Okay, then, let's continue.
$100 of her $12,000 goal. I will say this, if this whole thing ends up being exposed as a scam, then at least we can admit that she's a lot less greedier than the brick lady who thought she was going to run off with 40K of other people's money. Typically, this is when platforms like the Shade Room will do what they did for the brick lady and share her story so that she gets more visitors to her link and also more donations. Unfortunately for this chick, though, she's not so lucky. Why? Because people are already calling BS on her story. And it's not just me.
So usually,
and rightfully so.
I grew a lot. I'm not drama or nothing like that, but I just can't say and watch. This came to my spirit. I can't say and watch somebody scam people that I know is a scammer. This girl, when I was sick in a hospital in ICU, she scammed me for $1,350.
What?
I have proof, messages, everything. She's a scammer. She'll do anything, say anything to get $1. I mean, say anything. She will do anything. Like, she's told me these same stories before.
Well.
And scam me
What
out of
do we have here?
$1,350. So be very careful with this story that sound so believable, and even
not really. No, it doesn't.
Not at all.
God bless her. I don't wish bad on nobody. I would never wish death on nobody. By the end of the day, she's a known scammer. I'm from New Haven, so she make her food like TikTok and social media. But I know her personally, and she's known for scamming. Plenty of people could back this up. Plenty of people know her. And if y'all go down to my page from like 2 years or last year, you will see that I had blasted her before for scamming. Like, this is what she's known for in New Haven.
Sounds familiar, right? The exact...
Yep, it does sound familiar. I mean, wow. What a plot twist. Man, to be honest, I did not see this coming. Not at all. But let's continue further.
Exact same story. This is the exact same story of the brick lady. She was caught scamming before. Been exposed. No one believed it. Until that one time she decided to go for a bigger bag.
She owe a lot of people money in New Haven. So be very careful when you guys are sending your hard-earned money to this girl. Story may sound sad. Story may sound believable. Anybody could come to social media and start crying saying something happened to them for money. And be saying that she may have made, I don't know. But like I said, it came to my spirit to put this out there so people could know. This girl, Drea, is a scammer. She scams. And she owes a lot of us money.
Well, my suspicions have been confirmed. Especially the fact that if a person really wants to kidnap someone and human traffic someone, then the last thing these scum of the earth would do is get a job working for Lyft and Uber. That shit don't make any sense at all. In fact, you can ask a person who works for Lyft, who works for Uber, do they have not only have their personal information, but all their information in regards to their vehicle, name, make, model, license plate number, serial number, as well as ask a person who works for Lyft and Uber, do they track these vehicles? Yes, they do. And before anyone sits there and tries to debunk, let me reinforce that. You know that Uber and Lyft track these vehicles because when you go on the app and order a pickup from point A to point B, what's the first thing you see? You see the information. You see the information of the driver as well as the car they are driving. That and you get real time GPS updates letting you know when the Uber driver is near your vicinity. And it doesn't stop there. Even after the driver picks you up, they still track that driver, making sure that you'll get to your destination. Are y'all following me here? So in a situation whereas a Uber or Lyft driver allegedly tried to kidnap someone for human trafficking, then the police would have that information, have all the information, even the vehicle, and they could trace it right back to them. And let's just say something like this did happen. Then I won't be surprised if I see a Lyft or Uber driver being featured on the world's dumbest criminals. You try to kidnap someone working for Uber or Lyft? You got to be the most dumbest motherfucker on the face of the earth. Let's continue.
In New Haven. So you TikTokers, be safe and be easy when y'all sending this girl money, because she has a GoFundMe. This is scam. This whole thing screams scam. She did this to me before. This is a
loud
scam.
screaming from the rooftops.
This is the real victim right here. This chick is the real victim who's gotten scammed before. She's the one who needs that $2,500, probably more by now.
I just can't watch people get scammed out of money. People work hard for their money. So y'all be careful, because I had to learn the hard way.
This next woman found this whole situation suspicious.
I mean, straight up, I'm now starting to think that that these retarded fuck ass scam artists is now starting to make this shit a trend. No doubt about that. But let's continue.
And posted this video with the caption, "Me, after hearing the Lyft driver's story, something just really sounds a bit off." She's victim blaming, some other people said, which led...
Oh, she's victim blaming. Fuck you, retards. You're only saying this shit. Yeah, these retards only saying this shit to justify this woman trying to scam money from people. Let's continue.
This woman who admitted something seemed really off about that whole story to respond to the believers. Check it out.
Y'all have to stop believing everything that y'all seeing here on this internet. My problem with this whole story is, whether it's true or not, there is somebody right now that is actively getting death threats behind the video that this woman chose to make. And she has posted all these receipts and has yet to confirm or deny whether this woman who is now being attacked is the actual driver or not.
And hold up 1 second.
Whoa. Okay, so the woman she posted a woman. She did in fact post a woman. This is the woman who she posted and claimed was the Lyft driver during the incident. And here's some more proof from the chick who's calling the Lyft lady well-known scammer, where she comes from, showing proof that she actually has a habit of trying to scam people.
So if y'all see here, this was in...
And let me go ahead and address that retarded fuck ass comment on TikTok saying that she has proof. Okay, so the person that last female responded to, they claim that, oh, that scammer has proof. Okay, so where's the proof at? Where's the police reports? Why she don't show an update on the police report? Why has Lyft not responded to the incident? I mean, if that shit really happened, then we would hear something by now. So I'll ask that person who made that comment a question. Where is that so-called proof you claim she posted? Because we didn't see it. Let's continue.
In 2022, this girl is the same girl. That's her name. Can't really tell. But anyway, this is the same girl. We was cool, and she scammed me, as I stated in the last video. So she has a GoFundMe going around. So I just want y'all to be aware, and I want y'all to see the proof. So this is in 2022. So it's not like I'm just making this up. I would never do that. But yeah, y'all have to be very careful when y'all send it. She did the same thing to me. Crying, moping, sobbing, and it's a lie. She probably made those bruises for makeup. Who knows? I don't know. But what I do know is this is, the story don't even add up. It don't even make sense. And I'm not questioning nobody's story, but come on. 1 + 1 always equals 2. And this sound like 1 plus something else. It ain't adding up. So at the end of the day, I just want y'all to be very careful and just spread this so people can know. People work hard for their money. And I just want nobody else to get scammed. Because see, I let the money situation go with me. I left it to God. But you got to pray for people in their mental health. She's suffering from mental illness. And it's clear and it shows. So this is what y'all can see. Y'all can even go to my page, look. And so many people saying that she owes them money as well.
Okay, that was a pretty good point. Looks like there's a woman here who may be suffering from mental illness. Now, at what point?
Seriously though, I wouldn't put it past it either. No doubt. And she showed receipts at that. So far, I haven't seen any updates regarding this incident. If there's anyone who knows more about this incident, or if there's been an update out in regards to this, please drop it along my way, and I will make an update on it. But so far, her story is just complete BS. None of it makes absolutely no sense. And it doesn't matter how many times I play this over and over and over again, it still doesn't make sense. But for those of y'all who can actually crack this, you're more than welcome to it. Uncle JD tried, but I can't. I just can't, man. But nevertheless, I said, I'm going to stop it right here. If y'all want to watch the Coffee Pods video in its entirety, I'll leave the link in the comment section. Go check it out. Tell them JD Miles sent you. But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done with America's Next Top Brick Lady, and I'm out this bitch. Later.